Those got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They check it to 10.
Thanks, Coach. Well, both teams were hoping the rain would vacate the Green Bay area by kick, but alas, it's still falling pretty steadily in and around Lambeau Field. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
No, 58! 59! You got nothing today. You got nothing.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. Right there, 54, right there. 54 Mike. Let's go one more.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Pick the edge. Come. Hey, Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
First and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, It's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 15 now. Bridgewater flushed out right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
That defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
59. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Shift. Run.
On 1st down, it's Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go back. We got motion. Back up. 59's Mike. Check.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Geronimo Allison, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're 1st place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
At 25 for Mike. We're good. Let's go. Check. Check the backer.
Bridgewater to throw it. Flush to his right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's Greg Little, 2nd-round pick from Ole Miss. He's the guilty party. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, Bridgewater. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they'll be set up in great starting field position here as that's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved out to an early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop.
At the 45-yard line.
Stand on it! 258! Check. Watch 54. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Check 13. Inside. Right there. Right there. 50.
This is the former Spartan from San Jose, Tyler Irvin. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
258. 54. Squeeze, double.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And a Panther 1st down.
Set, ready. 6-yard. Let's get it. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Pick me up.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down.
This is something that we expected to see. McCaffrey used out of the backfield. 107 catches in 2018, the most in one season by an NFL running back.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
You bet. Mike 35, Mike 35.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true WR1 for the Panthers.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Coming to you, coming to you. Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Big play.
Bridgewater again. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To the air again with Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Rashawn Gary came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long for Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Undercrush, undercrush. Get 300, get 300. Kill. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
The pass complete to Ryan Graham. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Switch.
To throw, Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
First down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Got a man, it's right. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some
point, touchdown Panthers. Teddy Bridgewater. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Number 50. Hey, you climb over here. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
26.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Box it. Let's go. 10-30. Mike 5-4. Here we go. Hey, Charlie.
To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw again. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Luke Kuechly there defensively.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
54's Mike. Check. Watch it again.
Rodgers to throw once more. Lets this one rip toward Graham. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year. And our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's to McCaffrey, complete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll go again to Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And Adams has it, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Mike. C-19. Here we go, G. Hey, just
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Here we go.
Now Jones. Oh, able to avoid him. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
You don't know no better. Rush in. Rush on the 50. Hey, you block over here. Zoom. Buzz. Be ready.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. Here's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Bridgewater now from the 50. To the right side, and he's got more complete. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Don't be scared of it. 24 is the mic. Bang it. Bang it. 24 is the mic. Hey, let's get this. Get this.
Bridgewater. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Bridgewater. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet. But at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Packers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, 88. Hey, Zoo. We ain't giving up nothing today. 59's Mike. Check.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. 20. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark. No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies. Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
It's second and 8 at the 41-yard line.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the 41, Rodgers got a man. That's Allison. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Get ready inside. Get ready.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Go.
Rodgers going to go on fourth down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Gerald McCoy. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response.
Here we go. Slip. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 35's the Mike. Hey.
Bridgewater to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
He's coming. He's got double up. Check. Hot. 51.
Bridgewater to throw for it on fourth. Complete to right. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go.
Here's Bridgewater. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He's going to... That's caught at the 25. It's a gain of 34. And they're able to spike it with time remaining. And now in field goal range here with a chance to get this one to OT. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They'll run on first down. Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
58. 54. Mike 54. Watch the run.
First throw of overtime for Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Check 3, check 3. Kill. Back north.
Here's Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So a big spot now for Crosby, but he's been here before. The kick by Crosby is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death.
He's got a man, complete. Now less than 2 minutes to go here in OT in a 3-point game. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. 1st down, Bridgewater. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. A partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one,